Here's my 3-day review of the iPhone 17e. I'll keep this one short and brief because I usually don't, so let's go right into it. The 48 megapixel camera is a very good camera, but it only has 24 megapixels out of the box. You actually have to go into your settings and unlock the full 48 megapixels. I use the iPhone 14 Pro Max as my daily driver, but sometimes I use the iPhone SE 3 as my productivity phone. And whenever you have a older design phone like this that has a very small screen, coming to how big this screen is comparatively, it's a freaking amazing feeling to have. It's only 6.1 inches, but I mean, it's still a pretty nice looking display, but there is one problem with the display, especially for the price. It's a $600 device. Why are we getting a notch? Come on. Don't get me wrong. I know Apple has to do something to make you want to actually buy the iPhone 17 or the 17 Pro or Pro Max, but come on, man. It doesn't bother me because I got used to it, but a lot of people are going to be annoyed that there's going to be a permanent notch right there whenever you're looking at your device. And especially for me, I mean, look, I have a cute Cecilia as my background, but she'll never have a head. The top of her head will never be there. This uses an A19 chip, which is the latest chipset right now when it comes to the iPhone series. It's a pretty good chipset. It's not the Pro, but I mean, it's still very, very good in a lot of ways. That wraps up the 17e 3-day review. I'll go into a lot more things on the 1-week review. And when it comes down to it, if I really think about it, this device is good for people who want a brand new phone. But if you get like the iPhone 16 Pro or Pro Max for around maybe $200 or $300 more, maybe this device ain't it.